Excellent. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Mr. General, thank you for being here today. Really appreciate it. During last year's hearing, I asked you about training materials that were used to prepare the U.S. Marshals assigned to protective details at the homes of our Supreme Court justices in the aftermath of the leaked Dobbs decision. Those training materials made it clear that far from having the full authority to arrest people under any federal statute, as been previously testified, the marshals on the ground at the homes of the justices were actively discouraged from making arrests under 18 U.S.C. 15, Section 1507. As we discussed last year, Section 1507 makes it a crime to picket or parade near a residence occupied by a judge with the intent of influencing any judge, juror, witness, or court officer in the discharge of his duty, as I know that you are fully aware. In the aftermath of that hearing, I and several of my colleagues sent a letter to you on May 3rd, 2023. That letter recounted the contents of some of the training materials discussed during the hearing and also discussed new materials that we had received afterwards. Those new materials consisted of several different versions of post orders that were provided to U.S. Marshals assigned to protect the homes of the justices and further confirmed that they had been actively dissuaded from making arrest under Section 1507. The letter asked for a response to 19 different questions and/or document requests by May 24th, 2023. To date, almost a year after it was transmitted to DOJ, I have yet to receive any response to that letter. My staff repeatedly reached out to DOJ to inquire about the status of the response, including via email on May 26th, June 13th, and July 11th, and by phone on numerous other occasions. Staff for this subcommittee actually got involved and also reached out to DOJ's Appropriation Liaison Office in August to inquire about the status of the response to my letter. Neither my staff nor the staff of this subcommittee, to my knowledge, have received any type of update regarding the timeline provided for a response or an answer to any of the questions that were in that document. And so my question to you is there is a reason that I didn't get a response to that letter, and will you commit to me to getting one before the end of the week?
I'll speak to my staff about the responses to your letter, but as you no doubt know, the director of the Marshal Service testified extensively February of this year on the precise questions that you're asking. He was subject to further questioning, and he explained. He confirmed that what I testified to before this committee was correct and accurate and true, that he testified that I had directed him that his first priority is to protect the lives and safety of the justices and their children, and that they have full authority to make arrests under any other statute, including Section 1507, but that they
Mr. General,
that they do not do so in a way that would risk the lives. With respect to someone standing post who sees a...
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. General, my question is really about the letter. I mean,
yes,
sir.
I'm trying to answer you. There was a testimony in person.
Right. Well, then that would have been, sir, if I may, then that would have been an easy thing. You're now recounting all of the things that you could have put in a letter. I'm actually a member of the United States Senate. I may sit on an opposite side of the aisle. I may be from a state that doesn't maybe come to your radar. There may be some other reason, but I actually deserve an answer. And so I would respect that you respect that. And even if that answer is not something I like, over a year with no response after we're trying to get one, and you could have very easily sent a letter that pointed to those things right there. It's disrespectful, and I really don't appreciate it. So
I have the greatest respect.
So in the future, though, too, and as a former staffer myself, I would assume that somebody sitting behind you knows that you didn't respond to me. And I just want to say, I deserve your respect, and I would hope that you would give it to me in the future. And so even if it's what you just said right here, I'd like a letter by the end of the week.
I greatly respect you, Senator. I greatly respect the Senate.
Well, thank you.
I guess I'd assume that
then we will get it. Then you can put that in. You can put that in a letter. Yes, sir.
The transcript of the testimony gets to you in a letter. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Given that, I actually have a similar concern as as Senator Coons, just about our federal judiciary. And when I look at what is happening across the country, I just want a commitment from you that DOJ and Marshal Services will enforce all applicable laws, all of them, including obviously 1507, to protect federal judges, and that, as he said, that we're doing everything that we can. And if there's anything that we need to be doing more of, that we can communicate on that, and certainly look forward to partnering on making sure that we're doing it.
As a longtime federal judge who cares very much about the safety and security of my former colleagues, I have done way more than any Attorney General in history has done in this respect,
Good.
and I can promise you that I will continue to do so.
Excellent. And looks like I am out of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Britt. Senator Van Hollen.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Mr. Attorney General, great to see you today. And I do want to start by